Do you guys recall your first day on set? Lock Watcher wanted to know. Were you at the table reading?
The table reading. Oh,
Yes. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
were we at the table reading? I don't think I had any lines
Yeah.
the first
No,
episode. So
you hissed a lot, James.
yeah, I was hissing and I was doing a lot of hair whip,
Yeah.
really practicing my hair whip, a lot of turns. I felt
Yes.
like I was on the catwalk, just being like hiss and turn, hiss,
Yes, and
turn.
turn.
Yeah, I
That,
know.
yeah.
It'd be nice to have had one line in the pilot, but but at my look said it all. I don't think I needed to say anything really.
Yes.
You can call it hissing.
I'm trying to remember. I just remember.
Was
I
Martin
mean,
Wood patient?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember him being not patient.
Okay.
I just
Martin was the best. I was on one day on set and like he had me like laying down in this weird kind of like contraption and it was like not comfortable and I was there for a little while and he's like, you know what? After today's done, you can go to like the Sutton Hotel and there's a massage like a spa there. You get a massage there on me and he bought me a massage. I've never had any.
wow.
But Martin Wood did that for me. So shout out to Martin Wood. Thank you for that. It was one of the best massages I've had in my life.
Sutton's great. Yeah.
This hotel in Vancouver, one of the premier places where actors come to stay when they're in town and people of all different places.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good guy.
Yeah, I just as I was saying about the first day on set, I just remember everyone was super excited. I think it was just a very exciting, it was a new chapter in this story that had been on for 7 years. So I just remember that. I remember it just being kind of exciting. Like these were new characters being introduced, new storylines. It was new. Everything was new, I just remember that kind of excitement. That's what I remember of the first day for sure.
I think that one of my first days wasn't obviously at the line reading, but it was to get wardrobe fitting. And that was the time where I was like, there was a couple of firsts for me. One, Richard Dean Anderson was also getting a wardrobe fitting in the next to me. So I just hear Richard Dean Anderson. For me, like growing up with MacGyver and stuff, like it was just like, okay, there's MacGyvers in the next change room. And then the wardrobe department being like, you don't have a cell phone? Because I was basically like a deliberate Luddite until I was 20.
Yeah.
All my friends around me had cell phones, at least like these flip phones and stuff like that. And I purposely held out because I'm like, once I get a cell phone, I'm going to be on it all the time. So I'm going to wait. And then they said, you have to get a cell phone. Like they said, we need to be able to contact you. And I'm like, okay, I'll get a cell phone. And so it was because of, like
Stargate.
Wardrobe department telling me that's when I got my cell phone, addiction. Is it addiction now?
Yeah.
It's an appendage.
I think it's an appendage. Yes, it's an appendage now.
James, we're gonna wrap up here in like the next couple of minutes here. We've talked about like applying it, all this stuff, but what is it like finishing your day when your day is done in this costume? How long does that take?
Like actually getting out.
Yeah.
Getting out of makeup and getting out of costume was actually a lot quicker than getting in. So it was anywhere from an hour to hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes to getting in. But getting out could be done relatively quickly. They go pretty fast. There's like some hot towels always waiting and like this kind of like hot towel microwave they got going.
Yes.
So that you'd always just look forward to the hot towel like on your face, like when it finally like the mask came off. That would take about like 30-ish minutes or so. Okay. I don't know. And how long would you say, Andy, to get out makeup? It was about.
Oh, for me, it was way longer. It took me like 4 to 5 hours to get in, and then it was 2 hours to get out. Because I think that I had more body paint than you did. Like I always had my arms showing. I always had like the girl.
Yeah, regardless of the species, even the Wraith, the women take it.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
yeah. So and then costumes.
Get out, yeah.
Yeah, and then I had like all the wigs and everything. But I think for me, it was the body paint. Because you know how they also were your masks pre-painted? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Mine weren't. That
Oh.
so mine went on clear, like not clear, but like that, and they painted layer on layer on layer, like with the little airbrushes. So because mine were always, I wouldn't say a different hue. Like I like
Yeah.
the one in Submersion, I was like more green and blue. The one in Allies and No Man's Land, I was more orangey.
She was my favorite.
Like
She was beautiful.
oh my gosh, and those shoes.
Yeah.
I love those. That our wardrobe was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Your leg
usually
too? Sometimes they have to paint your legs?
not my legs, always my arms. It was always when the shoes were, I had these gorgeous pants and this big coat. But in No Man's Land, I'm sitting on the throne and my arms are out. So I almost always had my arms had to be done. The decolletage, is that how they say it? And then my, my face. So like I said, they spray painted or airbrushed it from nothing every single time. So
Yeah.
I think that's why I also would be shot out as quickly as possible. Like they would shoot, like a lot of times you had to sit around and wait for stuff. They shot me out because they knew they did, like, oh, we have to redo this entire thing tomorrow, like paint from scratch, right?
Wow.
So it took a lot longer.
No, I think there was only the one character I played where I had to get like I think it was the Defiant one as well, where I had my showing. So yeah, I think it took longer to get in and get out on that day. Or the arm, because it's just that much more paint. It's just that much more time. Yeah, for
Was
sure.
the sand an irritant? Was the desert scene? Did that cause complications? The Defiant one?
You know what? Big shout out to Peter DeLuise.
Yeah.
He's the man. Like he was just like he had a separate tent, like just a little tent with like air conditioning that he would put me in any chance because he knew with all the makeup and everything that I was extra hot. But he was just like, let's do it again. He also was very energizing in the way he directs. He's just a character, right? And then he's just like, how would you react if he did that to you, right? And he's just like, give me more of a scream, It's just like, and so he was just like coach meets cheerleader meets director. It was just like, it was awesome having him directing that episode. And so no matter like what, with all because it was a very physical episode too, with all the fighting, the choreography for fighting as well. I mean, we had some great stuntmen as well that took the big, like at the end he gets blown up and they have to launch. I remember watching them.
Oh yeah,
getting the catapult ready for when they launched. Man, off that, and like that's a serious stunt. Like they send you flying. But yeah,
the ride.
All the knife work and stuff like that was stuff that I did, and the gunplay, I did all the gunplay as well. I can't tell you how many times I was shot on that show. It was like I was basically like Kenny. I was like Kenny from South Park. It's just like they kill me again, I come back again. It's just like. But I got squibbed up and shot so many times. I had so many times I had like black blood, just like in my costume or like, everywhere, and I was just like, okay, yeah, this is. But I loved getting squibbed up and getting shot. That was some of the funnest scenes for me. I was like, I loved reacting to gunshots and stuff. I was like, I think I'm a pretty good gunshot, like getting shot actor. Like
that's your special skills. You had it on it's your special skill. I take bullets well.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. It's our goal to share a new Stargate story every day while we're on break. Please feel free to subscribe to future episodes here on YouTube. And if you have Stargate friends who might like this clip, let them know about us. Be sure to visit dialthegate.com to view the complete archive, as well as transcripts from past interviews. I'll see you on the other side.